All right, Clark. Today is going to be about preventative maintenance. We're going to install a microwave today, and I'm very cautious about putting my knee or dropping the tool or the microwave itself down onto the top of a stovetop. The stovetop I'm going to be dealing with today actually has a glass top. Obviously, not all stoves have glass tops. Sometimes they have the little grill or grate, and they're elevated a little bit. So I'm going to build up the sides of this piece of plywood a little bit just to make sure that in the event that I have another microwave installation come up in the next month or so, and it happens to have the little metal grates, then this should be tall enough to bridge across the top of it. Everything that I'm doing today obviously is preventative maintenance. It doesn't make me a dime. It just saves me. It's just a protective measure. But I don't want to go to the store and grab $100 sheet of plywood and cut a little chunk of it out. So I'm looking for scraps, and I found the perfect piece. It's 20 inches wide by 33 inches long. And I just want to make sure that the space between my solid pieces is over 30 inches. Just about every stove there is out there, typically underneath a microwave, is going to be 30 inches wide. So I just got to span that plus maybe a little bit. And the solid pieces here are going to rest on the countertop. And sometimes you'll have a stovetop that rests on the countertop plus a little bit more than 30. So just to be on the safe side, I've given myself an extra inch. Everybody makes fun of me because I like to countersink stuff. So I just don't like my workpiece moving around. It seems like the countersink seems to help that. It helps the small piece of wood not split. I mean, there's so many reasons to countersink. But I probably do it a little more often than I need to. I think it's out of habit. But it's a good practice, I think, overall. I always have a countersink and a couple of different types of bits connected to I got this little keychain, like a janitor keychain, I guess, hanging from my belt. I have a countersink, a pre-drill, Phillips, Robertson, a couple of little gadgets, nut drivers, what have you. Anyway, what I like to do is countersink my workpiece, run some screws into it, and then everything just turns out nice and flush. And in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack 2 of these pieces up on each side. That way, if I run across a microwave installation that goes over top of a gas stove that's got the metal grates and they're a little taller, then, I won't be resting the plywood right on those. And the last thing I want to do is dent the top of a stovetop and buy somebody a new stove. You'll notice that I'm going to go ahead and pre-mark these. I don't know why. It's 9 times out of 10, I'll run a piece on top of another piece, and I'll actually hit the screw that I ran previously. It's like I'm part robot. So you don't have to do this, but it's just a habit that I've got to do because I will hit that screw damn near every time. I've got to just double check this. Sometimes I don't even need this platform. It's just a preventative measure. But sometimes you'll just get going so fast, it really doesn't matter, and you'll just skip some steps. And I just want to make sure I have the clearance that I need for that glass stovetop. So I had 31 inches. I'm rather happy with that. 31 inches clear by 20 is, I think, the perfect size for a typical microwave installation. Before I put this platform down, I like to put down a little mover's mat. Just a little added protection. I can have my tools on the left and right side of the stove. I won't scratch up anyone's countertop. It's just good sense. Just if the idea is to protect the countertop and the stove top, might as well bring everything in. Just be cautious, because you can wreck somebody's kitchen and you'll find yourself on that job site again. But it worked real well today, and I'm just about done right now. That's what Mr. Blue's got to say.